Plump Goops Podcast.
Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes.
Howdy, folks, and welcome back to what is objectively called by many around the world, many in the podcast industry, it's objectively called the greatest podcast to ever exist, to ever grace the technological age. It's Hot Takes, High Stakes. This is the podcast where we have takes, we bottle them up inside of us for years. These are takes that we've had for, I don't know, our whole lives, right? I mean,
Before then.
Conception. These takes were whispered to us during conception. And today is the day that we spit them out. Today is the day that we give birth, our second life.
No comment.
Wholeheartedly.
2 yeses from my 2 yes men.
Is that your hot take?
It could be so here's something that I could use for a warm-up take, I guess.
Yeah.
It's less of a take and more of just a question. How do you think, the classic film Yes Man, starring Jim Carrey?
No.
Yes, I do.
Are you being facetious, Sam, or do you actually not know?
Actually, don't know.
Okay. Well, it's a movie about Jim Carrey, and his whole thing is he says yes to everything, and it leads him to zany situations.
Okay.
Not my favorite movie ever. Probably my least favorite movie ever. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad.
That was funny.
My question to you is, how would the movie have been different? I'm asking Corey how the movie would have been different, and I'm asking Sam how he thinks the movie would have gone had Jim Carrey's MO been to say no to everything.
Literally nothing would have happened.
You don't think anything would have happened?
Yeah. How would anything?
There would be no plot.
Well, let's think.
You want to go to the grocery store? No. Okay, stays home.
But you could also say, do you want to stay home? No. And then he goes out, It's kind of like the double negative.
It's really not on him anymore.
Right.
The plot of the movie is on his environment.
And say I had been in the movie, in this situation, I would have taken advantage of this and been like, do you want to not give me a lot of money? And he would have been like, no, I don't want to not give you a lot of money. Then I would have taken all of Jim Carrey's The Mask earnings.
All of that, all of his assets.
Doesn't seem like a very intriguing plot to me, though. If that's what you're going for, just giving me stacks of money. Yeah.
Okay, how about this?
No Man sucks.
No Man. Is that give me your Rotten Tomatoes rating for No Man?
30%.
30%?
17% rotten.
Wow. Wait, so Sam, I'm going to challenge you to this. How about this?
Okay.
If you're so gung-ho about this idea, then I want you to, for a whole day, say no to everything and see what happens.
Okay. I should vlog about it.
Yeah, you should vlog about it, and maybe we'll throw it up on Mountain Men Vids. Sam says no to everything.
I feel like on my day-to-day, there's not many things I would say no to. I just kind of carry myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say no to myself.
It is really reliant on like a black and white world and a questionary binary, like a yes or no. Nothing will happen if someone says like, what do you want to eat for dinner? But if someone says, do you want to go to Chick-fil-A?
True love.
Then you say no. Or if someone says, I don't really want to go here, do you? You say no. And then that leads you to go somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like some things could happen.
You're making me want to see this movie less and less.
Yeah,
Yes Man?
Really good.
Or No Man?
It's really bad. It's bad.
Both.
I think neither would be great, but I think No Man would at least be a little more interesting.
No Man would be way less interesting.
Yeah.
I want them to make a sequel. He learned that, hey, you can't say that yes to everything in life, but at the same time,
Can't
he could
say
be
no
like,
to
I want to try
everything.
something new.
It's really based off of his Myers-Briggs, if you would.
Why is that?
The fourth letter is like judging versus perceiving.
Mm-hmm.
And so judging is like you need things to be like planned and in order, and for things to go according to plan. And then I don't know why they named it this way. And then perceiving is like you're good with, you don't care about planning as much. You're good with
go with the flow.
You're good with plans like falling apart and just like doing whatever.
I always take my Myers-Briggs and I can't remember what I got.
Yeah, this seems like
me too.
You issue.
Sam,
what does that make?
Very plain.
My room, yeah, it's
I think the architecture is what makes it that way. There's not a lot of space to hang stuff up or anything.
I do have space to hang things up. I
true.
just haven't gotten around to it. I moved in and then laid out my posters to flatten and just left them there.
Are they still flattening?
Classic.
Yes.
You must have some flat posters.
Or they might have gotten crinkled as things have gotten shuffled around.
Whoa. That could be part of the plot of No Man. Is someone's like, do you want to hang up these posters now? And you could say no. And then they become crinkled.
Man. Certainly could be.
I don't know, thoughts?
More of a subplot than a main plot.
Let's hope.
That'll be like the C plot to the A plot. Okay. Well, we can get it. That was a good amount of... Wait, Sam, tell me one poster that you have on the floor. What's one of the posters?
It's a poster of like the Austin skyline.
Couldn't you just look out the window?
No.
I can.
I have a view of a Pluckers and a parking garage.
That's all you need.
My views of the skyline.
You do have a good view, Corey.
Yeah.
You do.
Wait, how do you know?
From the collective vlog.
Yeah.
$1 million view.
Around that.
Around there. That's about how much you're paying for it.
Utilities, 15,000.
15,000 a
year.
A year.
I'll only be here for a year, so
15,000 total. Plus utilities or not including utilities?
Plus.
It is including utilities, 15,000 including utilities.
Yeah.
It's kind of hefty.
That's what you
go. So
it's a $15,000 view, Sam. How can you argue with that?
If anything, it's a steal. It's $1 million view that he's paying 15,000 for.
Yeah.
So
you're God.
Like you see Moody Bank. The lights up at night.
Classic.
That's a little.
Cameron wouldn't get it. He's not an Austin native.
No. Well, you're not an Austin native, Sam.
No, I'm not either. But was I wrong in that statement?
That I'm not an Austin native. No.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I'm closer to an Austin native than you are because I'm a Boston native. And that is closer a word than what's your nativity? Where were you born?
The DF dub.
Yeah. You're a DF dubber. And with that, I think we move into the takes. Who wants to go first? Does anyone have like a strong desire?
No.
Indifferent.
Not a lot of go-getters on this podcast. I guess I'll go first and let you guys build excitement based on my take. Because my take is this. Marathons, they're too easy.
Have you run one? Have you run one?
I haven't run one, but, and here's the thing, I think too many people are running them. I think it's too easy to get into marathon shape and run a marathon. I think it should be more of an exclusive club.
I disagree.
I think marathons...
Like Ironman. Isn't there stuff that is exclusive?
Right, but the marathon's like the baseline.
Marathons are supposed to be accessible. Not as accessible as like a 5K. Not as accessible as a turkey trot, right?
Yeah, I think the marathon should be the new 5K.
No, because you have... Okay, speaking of Boston, the Boston Marathon, no average Joe can get into the Boston Marathon. You got to qualify.
You do?
No.
Yeah, you do.
My mom ran the Boston Marathon.
Has she ran a marathon before?
No.
Wait,
I think you probably have to qualify for the top heat.
Maybe.
But you don't have to qualify for the Boston. Like you're saying that you have to like enter a race before and run it.
Yeah.
And then be placed good enough. That's definitely not true. People walk the Boston Marathon.
Is she affiliated with one of the marathon's official charities?
I don't know. Maybe. I doubt. Maybe. So this was years ago that she ran the Boston Marathon.
Oh my goodness. That's so fast.
Sam's
I
getting
looked it up.
sucked into the hole, the internet
age group,
hole.
So let's say 40 to 44-year-olds,
Okay.
the qualifying standard is 3 hours 10 minutes for a marathon.
Huh?
Oh, that's for men's. Yeah.
For the top
Awesome.
heat, right? For the best ones.
No, to get in.
This is simply not true.
I'm simply on
like so many people run the Boston Marathon, and definitely people who aren't running sub 4. Like my mom ran like 4, like over 5, I think.
She must have been in charity.
I don't know if she was in a charity,
or maybe she has ties to the region. All I know is that national people around the country qualify.
Probably for the top
Boston
heat,
Marathon.
probably to be in the front. What do you guys think if you tried to run a marathon right now, what do you think your time would be?
5 hours.
5 hours?
That's so
fast.
That. No way. That's fast.
You
for not
cannot
training
walk.
at all. You can't walk 26 miles in 5 hours, Corey.
But a 10-minute pace.
10 minutes is kind of fast. My brother
You can't walk a 10-minute mile.
No, I know, but 10 minutes is super slow though.
Oh, but to keep that up
times 26.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
That would be a fun video too. What if we like the mountain men try to run a marathon with no training? That would be.
We should do a collective marathon. So like, the sum total of us run a marathon.
Well, we just had an idea last week that was like we make a collective movie. Like all of us film enough so that if we put it all together, it's a movie. Like over an hour.
I feel like you could do it at a 10-minute pace. I don't think that's like extremely slow.
You're also a Division I club soccer player, so that's.
But like your mile time is probably like your normal.
It depends on the day. But that's like 1 mile though. That's different.
Yeah, Corey, it's so different.
It's a jog.
Wait, so
it's
Corey,
literally just a jog.
What do you think your time would be right now?
I have no idea. Let's just say like 4 hours or something.
No way.
Being ableist.
No way you can.
I don't know how long
marathon
marathons take
right now.
I think Corey could run a sub 4.
That
I changed my answer to 5.5.
You think Corey could run a sub 4 marathon right now?
Yeah. Like
Okay,
tomorrow, if he
10 minutes?
got up and ran a mile and ran a marathon, he could run a sub 4. I think.
That's crazy. I think that's crazy.
That's 10. That's a 10-minute pace.
You think you could run a 10-minute pace for 26 miles?
I think.
What's the longest run you've ever gone on? Do you know?
Oh, 9 and close, like a 4 mile. Oh wait, actually I probably got on longer in high school. But 4 or a 10-minute pace, I feel like it's just a jog, and you could just jog.
I think you're underestimating a 10-minute pace. I think keeping up I think you'd have trouble running a half marathon for a consistent 10-minute pace. I think it's so like running long distance is so different than running like short. Like running 4 miles and running 12 miles has got to feel so different.
Yeah.
But like there's like, I know I have friends that run, and they run at a pace where they can talk and they don't really feel it. Almost like they can run forever. Obviously they can't, but that's like an 8-minute pace.
Right, but they're long distance runners, no?
No, they're not. One is super out of shape, and that's what he does for exercise.
How long does he run per day?
Like sometimes they'll run like 4 miles.
I feel like that's so different though.
But that's like an 8-minute pace, and he's out of shape. So I was just like thinking like a 10-minute pace for a mile might be doable.
This just speaks against Cameron's take
that marathons are too easy.
Marathons are not accessible.
I think they are accessible. I think that they should be less accessible.
How would you go about making a marathon less accessible?
Obstacles.
Yeah, obstacles. That would be sick. Yeah, like every once in a while we throw a hurdle out there.
Yeah, that you have to jump over.
You have to jump, and it's like one hurdle for like this mass of people, and everyone has to like line up for it.
Oh, you know, like those mazes or kind of obstacle courses where people control what
Yeah.
happens. So when
Yeah.
you're running by, someone like presses a button for a
Mhm.
And then like a thing
little
like swings out and
punching
just like
bag to
smacks you
swing
over.
across
Yeah.
and smack you over.
Another
I think
one,
it should
like
be that.
at a certain point in the marathon, there's a haunted house, and you have to run through the haunted
Oh,
house.
yeah.
That's a good one.
I
Some
feel like
like,
that would improve your time. Get
I don't
the
know.
adrenaline going.
It would get your heart rate up, though. It would get your heart rate up, and I feel like the goal for a lot of long distance runners is to keep your heart rate low, so you don't tire yourself out.
Oh.
Isn't that true? Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
It does.
Okay.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I
Can
feel like you could speed walk a 6-hour marathon.
No.
6
No.
hours, Sam.
that's
You're
that's questionable.
You're
Well, I'm gonna
underestimating
look up
how
how
long. How long?
I'm gonna look up
marathon
how
is.
fast you could speed walk a mile.
Corey, I'd come to Austin to watch you try to do that. That would be
The
crazy.
average walking speed.
Also, imagine speed walking for 6 hours, Corey. Your calves would be destroyed.
You know, a significant amount of people don't even finish a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know how many people shit
guess that'd
themselves
be-
while running a marathon?
Yeah, so many. So many.
Yeah, I guess it would just be like hard because you'd just be like hungry and like don't want to do it. But I was
Yeah.
just saying the pace, like a 6-hour marathon would technically you could speed walk a pace, but like speed walking.
I feel like
would be
speed
hard.
walking
You
hurts.
could switch between speed walking, walking, and jogging, and still get it under 6 hours. But you have to last that long, so I guess that would be hard.
Yeah,
Like it would be hard to walk for 4 hours in general.
right.
So
Corey, would you try this, or would there have to be like a decent reward for you at the end?
I don't think I would do it even if there was a reward.
They give you a free beer at the end of a marathon.
Really?
Wow.
Wow, that's
Nice.
that's so smart. Like a bunch of people who are like the most dehydrated and starving they've ever been in their lives, and you give them a beer.
It's a tradition.
Oh, unrelated to marathons. So my club soccer team, they canceled the season, so we had to practice with some Sunday league team.
Cool.
And every Sunday morning they have practice at 8 a.m. and everyone shows up. Half the people are like hungover and stuff. And it's pretty high intensity, and a lot of them are old, so it's definitely tiring for them. And then after practice, they just like sit under a tree and drink beer. How is that satisfying?
This is what you do when you're older. This
I
is.
guess. I'm just shocked.
It's
I
what
could
this is-
never
these are-
even think. I don't even want to think about drinking beer after
Yeah.
a soccer practice
That does sound really gross.
where I was hungover the night before.
It's what
you know?
Sam already does. Sam hooks up an IV full of beer to himself as he like runs on a treadmill, and that's how he hydrates. It's all wheat and hops.
Eating the hops.
That's wheat, hops, water, and what's the
Yeast.
fourth one? Yeast. Is that the fourth one?
I don't know. Barley,
Bar.
or is that just a type of wheat?
No, barley's
What is
separate
barley?
from wheat. Barley's a grain.
But there is some barley in beer, I think.
I'm no beer expert. I'm trying to be a beer expert.
No, I know.
Trying to be
You're
an
you're
expert
kind of
in everything.
yeah, you're kind of an expert in all things wheat
Jack of all. If you
and
will.
all things bready.
Dude, I should be the wheat guy. That should be I should just transcend bread guy
And be
and
wheat.
become wheat guy.
Wheat.
Yeah, wheat
Wheat
Sam.
whisperer.
The
Yeah.
wheat whisperer. Whoa.
That's pretty good. That should be like if I ever like have a business Instagram or like a influencer Instagram, that's what it would be.
God, coming soon. You know, PokeMMO's gaining steam
Yeah, you might have the fun.
Just springboard off of this platform onto another
Yeah.
one.
onto the wheat platform. We'll call it the wheat form. All right. What do you guys think? What do you guys agree or disagree that marathons are too easy?
Disagree.
Agree.
Yes. Didn't think I would get an agree on that one, but I am happy.
If there's one thing I learned from this so far is that Corey's perception of running is just skewed. That's
Yeah. He's a little overconfident in his running ability, I think, which I'm sure you're a good runner. And I know you're a good short distance runner. I've never really seen you try to run long
Well,
distance.
I don't think I'm a good long distance runner, but I was just taking into account how long it takes to run the 10-minute mile is like.
There's a type of bias where like the people you surround yourself with, you project as like being the rest of the world. And so like maybe Corey being around all these runners and soccer players think that the average person is faster than the average person actually is.
Kind of like I feel like that's a lot of people in politics. Like so many people like on one side are like, how could people even think that the other side makes sense? Which I think is definitely what happens to me.
I don't think it's like being fast. I thought mainly the only thing I can think of is that it would be hard to walk a marathon. It would be hard to walk 26 miles. So
Yes.
It's just a long distance. It's just a
That's
super
what
long distance.
I think it would be hard, but I think it would be doable. I think you could do it, Sam.
I think I could if I trained for it. I couldn't get up there and,
To walk a marathon?
okay, it would take me maybe 12 hours.
Do you
But
think
Maybe not 12 hours.
you could do increments. You could like run 2 miles, then walk one. 2 miles, then walk one.
I would say you have
Have
to
like a
do it
lunch
within
break?
10 hours.
I think I could.
I think we all could. It would just be very taxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Tanner could do it right now or no?
I assume.
A marathon?
He does that ROTC training, though.
Yeah, probably. If there's anyone who could, it's probably
Yeah.
him.
I
Yeah.
think so too. Okay, next take time. Who's up? Who volunteers?
I can go.
Go.
Speaking as the wheat guy, as the wheat
Yeah.
whisperer, grocery stores should sell everything in bulk. Okay, by bulk, you know what I mean? Like you go to like the containers and you take like the bag or the box and then you like twist however much you want out of it.
Oh.
And then you cap it and then you weigh it and then you leave.
Oh,
Interesting. So you're more selling food on a weight-based system as opposed to an individual price kind of thing?
It could be individually priced, but no more prepackaged.
That sounds really complicated. So what
But
do
it's doable.
they just get there? Like if say I need burger buns, I go to the store. Are they is the store receiving all of their burger buns and just like an 18-wheeler filled to the brim with burger buns?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, I want society to progress to a level where supply and demand are instantaneously known so that they will always have the right amount of burger buns. So that when you walk up to the bread counter, instead of aisles, we're going to have counters now. And then you're like, how many people am I feeding tonight? I want 17 burger buns. Instead of having to buy 2 12-packs of burger buns,
Okay.
having like 5 burger buns left over, you're just like,
And then you weigh how much bread you have
no, I mean, that one could be like, oh, it's like 20 cents
per
set of burger buns.
burger. Okay. I don't know. What do you think, Corey? What are you thinking?
seems a little complex.
Seems
honestly.
really complex. So like
Seems-
wait, Sam, are you
so
talking
much
about
weight.
like how they sell coffee often?
Or
Like
how they
with-
sell like nuts or like trail mix.
But those last a long time, so you're able to keep them in those types of containers and dispense them. But with burger buns, are you just kind of a giant room of preservatives?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Sounds like there's gonna be a lot of
So,
food waste.
for this
Yeah.
the goal of this is to eliminate food waste. The model
Okay.
needs to have, like I said, impeccable awareness of supply and demand. So like, like the deli counter or like the meat or like the butcher. Right?
Oh, I know the deli counter.
It's like, instead of like walking up to the thing and like picking out like a pound of ground beef
Yeah.
and like the prepackaged whatever, you walk up to the dude or dudette and then it's like, hey, can I get like 2 fistfuls of ground beef? Because this is how much I
They
know.
sell them by the
They sell them in fistfuls.
It's just like a large man sticks his hands in the big vat
That's
of ground
essentially
beef,
what
and that's how.
That's literally what they do. They have like the tray of ground beef and they're like, how much do you want? It's like, I don't
Yeah.
know, like half a pound. And they just take their fist and just like grab a thing of ground beef and like weigh it for you.
I think more things should be measured by the fistful.
Yeah, it's so easy,
It's so easy, but it also depends. Like what?
Yeah,
who's
like a fistful of oranges is just one orange.
true? But some people can fit 2 oranges in their hand.
Yeah.
Or is it like you
Depends
have
on
to
how-
like be able to close your fist?
But it also depends how big the oranges are.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
would be tough.
fistfuls is bad.
Fistfuls might be a bad way to do it. Like say like I want baked beans. Like
Okay.
like are you replacing canned baked beans with like do is it like a frozen yogurt machine where like like the Teletubby custard?
Yeah. Wait, no, but yes.
Like it comes out in almost like a soft serve kind of thing. I think if I'm
Yeah.
remembering the Teletubby custard correctly. So what I'm picturing is a grocery store where it has all these tubes, almost like those bank tubes where they like put in a little thing and
Yeah.
shoots it to the tube. Like these tubes that run up to the ceiling. And within the ceiling, like a soft serve machine, like a soda machine, like they have big like vats of all these foods,
Yeah. See, that's
and you can
gross.
pull a lever and the baked beans come down.
I
Is
would
that
like
kind of
this,
what you're
but
thinking?
I know, yes, that's the goal, but it's also like it's unfeasible because like you want baked beans to last for years, right?
Right.
And you can only do that through like canning methods.
But like say the vat was much like a can.
No, he's
So-
saying are you saying if you bought baked beans, they wouldn't last because
Oh.
Because
you
it's like
wouldn't get them
exposed to
in the
the air.
What if they recan them?
That would be so. That's just defeats the purpose. Just put
That kind
cans,
of does
right?
a little bit.
Have
But-
the supplier do it.
But there could be a new way to like okay, think about this. How do they make those pouches? You know the pouches that you get string cheese in, per se?
Yeah.
How do they make those? I'm thinking you can pull the lever, get some baked beans, get as many baked beans as you want in this big pile, shoots it off into a conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt creates one of those plastic wrappings around your baked beans that is much like a can.
That's not how canning works, though.
How does canning work? I don't know how canning works.
You need to like pasteurize it and then like seal it immediately.
You're saying that you don't think they could do that in the store?
In house.
Well, okay, also the goal of
In-house.
this bulk grocery shopping is
Sure.
to like eliminate food and like material waste. You know,
I don't see how
Like-
that's helping.
it's like only get as much as you need and then like no more individual packaging.
But I feel like so much food waste comes from grocery stores whose food expires on the shelves. And I think this would only accelerate that.
Grocery stores
you just can't be
go on their
super.
supply and demand.
Yeah,
You
you can't do that. I
Get
feel
good.
like.
So
This
they
is-
need good economists.
This is where the Bezos, Whole Foods, Amazon Prime model comes in. They
Okay.
use metadata and algorithms.
Right.
This is the future. I see this happening.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I'm projecting. This is my
Cool.
this is my time
If
capsule.
everyone just grew their own food too, that would help.
This is true.
So,
New hot take: grocery stores only sell seeds and baby animals.
That would be sick. That would be so cool. But then you have to slaughter your own like pig if you want bacon.
Yeah,
So that's so brutal. So
what do
every
you do with the carcass and the bones?
compost.
or
Everything
fashion.
compost.
So gross. I kind of like this though. So every family then would have like a slaughterer, Like I could hire a slaughterer to come to my house, and in the morning, if I want some chicken, they come over, they slaughter the chicken. This would probably happen like overnight. So like when you're sleeping, you just hear a bunch of just like dying animals and stuff in your backyard. But, like a slaughterer comes, slaughters this chicken. And also I feel like this would really take down like big beef in so many of like the industries that are causing so much harm to the climate,
Yeah.
It would
I
be
feel
more
like-
humane, or would it be
I
less?
feel like there would be a lot
This-
of turned vegetarians.
Yeah, I think
This is an endless. You know where I see this going, Cameron?
Where?
I see this people getting lazy and bored, and then
Mhm.
so outsourcing their meat slaughtering to a central facility. Boom, big beef again.
But then that's not allowed. You like, let's say you can't do that. Let's say it's
We
illegal
lobby
to have
against
centralized.
You have
yeah.
to slaughter your own beef if you want beef.
The law is beef has to be slaughtered on private property.
Dude, on an episode of
Well-
Hot Takes High Stakes, we should do maybe it's like the episode 40 or 50 special where we come on and we try to build our perfect country, like our utopia.
It's pretty good.
That
Yeah,
would be
that-
sick. Okay, This is, I don't know. I like the grocery store with seeds and baby animals idea. I'm
Less
interested
so
to
than
see
the-
how we can
than the-
make that work.
In the bulk grocery store, you can sell seeds in bulk. That's all I have to say.
I think I just like the seed place because it seems more radical and revolutionary than just like Costco.
Costco is the opposite of what I'm thinking.
What?
Costco is-
How?
Costco
Because
is
it's in
big
bulk,
everything.
but you have to
you
buy in bulk.
overbuy.
So you're not saying that you want a grocery store to sell in bulk. You're saying you want a grocery store to sell a la carte.
That's what bulk means. Like bulk goods.
Oh, I thought Costco sold bulk goods.
That's wholesale.
Oh, that is
Mm.
true. It is wholesale. But also, okay, yeah, it is.
But it is
Well,
it is also a la carte, no? Is that just the same thing?
No.
Why?
Well, yes. Wait, bulk and a la carte?
Yeah, because a la carte is like I only want one burger bun. I don't have to
Yeah.
buy a pack of 6
Yeah.
burger buns.
Yeah, it's like if I go to like a Sprouts and it's like, oh, I only want like half a handful of pistachios, and that's
Half
what
a
I can get.
fistful. Huh. This has me really thinking. I want like a nutrition, like a food expert to come on the show and like talk to us about how this would work.
What are you talking about? I'm right here.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna have to
Boy.
listen to science. I'm gonna have to agree with Sam.
True. I guess it's
Anything
the
to
default
prevent
agree
food
now.
waste.
He is the wheat man. And as we know, we should always listen to the science. Okay. Corey, what are you thinking?
My hot take is that there should be capitalized numbers and uncapitalized numbers instead
why?
of just having.
Can you give me an
this.
example?
So
Like, what would be a proper number?
the number 1 should have 2 forms: one caps and one uncaps.
What would it look like? Can you draw it with your finger?
Like, you know how the proper one has like the little
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that.
Oh,
One might be smaller, and then the other one be bigger,
Or just like a
or it
or
might
just like a line.
not have
Yeah.
the baseline on the
right.
bottom.
I feel like the capitalized one would be like the proper one, like with the base,
yeah.
the stem, and then the little head. But I think that the lowercase one would just be, just like a.
Or
just like
maybe
a-
they're on the stem. It doesn't really matter, but just no base.
no. Okay, so you're saying this
So
is
they don't look
something.
too much like an L.
This is something that I said a while ago, and maybe I'll save it for another tink. But that like the body parts of numbers, you know what I mean, or letters too.
What about it?
Yeah,
like-
I mean, it just depends on the font.
True, but like general font. Is there a base font?
No.
No.
What's the
Helvetica?
point? No. Because
Helvetica
like
is not the base.
What's the
Calibri doesn't have feet on
Mm.
their letters, but Times New Roman does.
Mm.
I hate Times New Roman.
I
You
hate
do?
you.
I
Times
love
New Roman
Times New
Calibri
Roman.
is so simplistic. Everything should be
Calibri is childish.
progressing towards simplicity.
It's
and
childish.
Times New Roman is not progressing towards simplicity.
Times New Roman is the industry standard. I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe
Not-
the
not
industry
in
standard is
screenwriting.
wrong, Sam.
The industry standard in screenwriting is Courier New.
Oh,
Wait, really?
Yeah, but okay. So Sam,
You
um,
hate Courier.
you do? I love it.
Yeah.
Wait,
They just
there.
like
What do you mean by the industry? That's the industry standard. Times
Me?
New Roman. Yeah.
if you write something in Times New Roman, no one will get mad at you.
Corey will.
I
He
will-
hates Times New Roman.
Is he in the industry?
What's the
Oh,
industry?
fuck.
What is
yeah,
that?
what's the industry?
The industry.
I don't know.
Project what you want.
Like
That's
if I
the
send an email
industry.
to my boss, in
Is that part of the
Calibri,
industry?
He might get pissed because it's not professional. But is Times New Roman like peak professional font?
I think it is.
Wait, yeah.
Personally.
What's the base Gmail font? Like if you just type it in
Arial.
email, it's Arial.
Arial.
I feel like that's the default then.
Why? Because Google owns everything.
Yeah.
No. Well,
No.
yes, but they do own everything.
Are Google search results in Arial?
I don't know. Also,
That's
Have you
interesting.
ever like tried Sam, have you ever go to a website?
Uh-huh.
Guarantee you 0 websites are written in Times New Roman.
Okay, what website are we going to?
Plumpgoose.co.
Plump Goose. Wait, there's bias. We need to choose a third-party website.
Okay. I honestly don't
Go
know
to
what.
the .gov website. Go to the
Yeah.
Let's go to
Go to
the
Canada.
CDC.gov.
Yeah, CDC. No, let's promote the CDC. CDC.gov. Listen to the CDC. Or is the CDC also bad? Isn't the
okay.
CDC catering to Trump now?
I don't know.
Oh, they don't have feet on their letters.
Yeah.
What font is it?
Not
Copy paste.
fucking-
See what font it is.
How to tell what font the website is using?
Just copy paste into a doc.
How about Wikipedia?
Ooh, Wikipedia is a good one. What do
They
you
use
think?
Helvetica.
Who uses Helvetica?
The
Google?
CDC.
The CDC? Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, look at our names on Zoom. Look how simplistic it is.
Is what
Look at
what
the
font
A.
is this? Do you guys know what font this is?
No.
Just looks like Calibri or. Helvetica.
You're so biased towards Calibri.
Well, that's what's in Word. That's the default.
Yeah.
Also, it's nice and thin and simple, and everyone can read it.
We should do
it. It's why are there so many fucking feet?
We should do
Someone
a
with a foot
font
fetish.
contest. We should do a font contest. We should all turn our handwriting into a font, and then we should put it up to a vote, and whoever has the best font wins.
Wait, I'm actually down to do that. Can we?
That would
Is
be
there
sick.
a thing we could make our own custom font?
I'm sure there's a way to make your own custom font.
Also, you just have to do it where you have to write your font in under a minute, so that it gets your
That's
so
good.
you don't
Yeah. So you can't perfect it.
yeah.
That's a good video too. God, we got to start keeping track of these ideas.
Good thing this is
Only there
recorded.
was some way to do it,
True.
but there's not. We all just gotta keep it up here.
Yeah. Okay, wait, let's get back to your take.
Yeah.
Why do you think there should be upper and lowercase numbers?
Because sometimes when I'm texting and I want to emphasize a word, I'll put in all caps.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe for the irony, maybe just to emphasize it. But I can't really do that if there's numbers because the numbers already seem caps or it's just their numbers. So how do you know if I'm emphasizing them? And I know you can use spelled out numbers in caps,
Yeah.
but that's stupid.
It's
And why
different.
would
When would
do
you-
that?
It's
when would you
different.
ever need to emphasize a digit?
If you were like
Anytime.
DeMar DeRozan scored 3 points for my fantasy team, you know,
Yeah.
and
I
you're
would
like
capitalize
emphasizing
3
how
and
bad that
points.
was. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not going to spell out 3 because why would I
No.
do that?
It's also, it feels different, you know. You want full control over the language.
I can see. It wouldn't hurt to have, but I just don't know how much it benefit
Also-
the
It would, talking about progressing the industry standard, it would also negate the need to have spelled out numbers because it will be able to be used in professional language if you had caps and uncaps numbers, I feel like, since it can follow grammatical suit regardless.
I didn't know that was an issue in the industry.
What
Well,
is the
'cause-
industry? What industry? There are like a million
know-
different industries. What are we
If
talking
you
about?
talk about professional language, I'm just referencing my classes. If you talk about professional essays, you're supposed to spell out numbers. You're not supposed to use
Right.
real numbers unless you're
Yeah.
coding a statistic, you
Mm.
know?
Hmm.
It's almost
So-
like formal and informal versions. It would be weird for me to call say in Spanish, there's a formal way to say words and there's an informal way to say words. And it would be weird for me to speak to people in an informal way. But it would also be weird for me to speak to some people in a formal way. And that kind of feels the same for numbers too. Like if you're texting and you spell out a number, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to be able to text lowercase numbers or uppercase.
Wait, which one would be the formal way? Oh no, it's a spelling it out as formal and
Yeah.
typing it or not spelling it out as informal.
But there's also words that work formal and informal. So the word the goes with both. So it can negate the need for distinguishing between formal and informal.
I like this take. What do you?
I don't.
Okay, Sam. So what
Shut
do
up,
you?
Times New Roman.
Do you agree or disagree, Sam?
I just don't follow the logic of Because if it's formal, just type it out. If it's informal, just use the number.
But that wasn't my main point. I want to be able to emphasize numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Then
how would you go about
You
it?
can't
You know,
emphasize numbers in an informal way, is what you're saying, Corey.
Correct.
You know, my solution is just bold it or underline it. So
over
But
text.
how do I do that
Ins-
over text?
instead of introducing 10 new digits into the English or Arabic
That's like
system,
none. That's fine. That's
It's
so
not-
few.
They're not new digits. They're just different forms. It's not like the letter A lowercase is.
Imagine
a
if
different,
if someone changed how the lowercase letter E looked.
But that's not, Sam. There are only 10 digits, right? So like, it's not like we're creating a new language or creating a new alphabet. We're just making different versions of digits that are already there that will still look recognizable.
Yeah. Like there's different ways to write the number. Also, the number 3, the lowercase. I was thinking it would just be a smaller 3.
Wait, Corey, what
The
about Roman numerals? They have uppercase and lowercase versions.
This is true.
Because they use just letters, but
Right. But this might be the solution to your problems. Just start
It's
whipping
not
out
the
Roman
solution.
numerals.
100% not the solution. I don't want to think about how to write the number 460 in Times New Roman or in Roman numerals.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you just need to study up.
I'm still not convinced.
It's overcomplicated is what I'm saying.
Well,
What's a good way? Okay, Sam, I just want to know a good way that you can emphasize a number without
over text.
like
Without-
over text.
The way our text system is right now.
Yes.
Or, because, I mean, you're introducing something new into the text system.
Yeah, there would just
Right.
be
Okay, what I
It
would
would just be
introduce
shift.
is
You would just have to hit shift.
what I would introduce is another button that's just underlined or bold.
Corey, theoretically, you could also do like the like the asterisk number asterisk, but that's just extra work.
It should be easy, you know.
It should be
Let's be able to
easy.
so
It
double
should
tap
be
that
easy.
There's so much
uppercase sign.
space on this keyboard right now. That's all I have to say. There's enough room for a bold or an underlined key. If
No, I agree with that.
if the supply and demand necessitated it.
Well, if Sam doesn't agree, I do agree, and
Alright.
that's where I stand on this take.
Okay. So he's 1-1.
1 for 1 or 1 for 2, but 1 and 1.
Yeah.
So now it's time for hottest take. We're all going to restate our takes, starting with Corey, then Sam, then me.
Capitalized and uncapitalized numbers need to be a thing.
Grocery stores transition to purely bulk aisles.
And my take was marathons are too easy. And let's get, we'll vote on hottest take. I'll go first, then Sam, then Corey. Rapid fire. Does everyone know who they're voting for?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Sam.
Cameron.
Sam.
Sam wins hottest take.
Hey.
Congrats.
Dude, I thought my take was the least hottest of the 3 today. That's all I have to say.
Corey's take. I don't
It's
think.
changing the industry, you know, it would be tough.
I think
Industry standards are the standard for a reason. That's all I have to say.
Sam, I think your take is right in between good and bad and hot.
Mhm.
Mine was good and hot.
No, I think yours was good and like average, like lukewarm.
Oh, yeah.
Cameron's was
Not according to
bad and hot.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
And we're still waiting on Resma to get us the advanced analytics on all the takes. So
Yeah.
we'll just be
So
waiting
coming
a little
up-
longer.
Mountain Men runs a marathon.
Mountain Men run a marathon and Mountain Men have a font contest.
Yes. It was Mountain and Ride a movie.
Yeah, and Mountain Men make a movie. We have a lot of irons in the fire, if you will. But yeah, go to plumpgoose.co to see all of our hottest takes and the hottest take leaderboard. With that, I think Sam, you have 3 now.
I think so.
Wow, big guy, big take.
I think, idea for the website, Cameron,
Mhm.
have a little button that says pick your font, and you get to choose what font the website's in.
I have literally no idea how to do that. I just did like a Squarespace template that I would love.
This
I would love for
is
that.
this is why Rez. This is our
Yes.
resident.
Can you put a bunch of polls on the website, just like random generic polls?
If I knew how to do it, I would.
Okay.
But yeah, I also want like a function on the website where you can just like make your own lists, like a top 5, top 10, also like a bracket kind of situation.
Oh.
I think that would be a fun page. There are a lot of ways we can go with this.
To anyone listening, we're hiring web developers.
We're unpaid, but yes, we are hiring you. We're hiring you to an unpaid intern position to make our website for us.
You can put it on your resume.
You can put it on your resume, and it'll be an incentives-based system actually. So for every 100 hits we get on the website, I'll send you $5. I think we got like 55 hits last month.
I feel like that'd be a pretty good
That's a
incentive
month?
because the odds that you blow up, like say you get,
I know.
suddenly it goes to like 10,000 hits and you're just 50K in the hole.
I'm big in the hole at that point. But yeah, go to pumpgoose.co, subscribe to Mountain Men Vids where we have all of those new projects in the works. Not sure when we'll get that going, and Mountain Men Games as well. Pretty soon we have our first episode of Pokemon Watch Part. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but we're gonna watch Pokemon. That'll be starting up pretty soon. Okay, this has been Hot Takes High Stakes, and let's all do a sign off in 3, 2, 1. Arrivederci.
Adios. Bienvenidos.
Okay.
Plump Goops Podcast.